Greetings and salutations. This is Rick Koppel coming at you from the Not a Linux Guru Guy channel, and we're going to be looking at my new daily driver. Yes, I've installed another daily driver on my machine. Yeah, but I like it. You'll find out what it is here in a minute. But I'm also going to show you how I installed Candy Icons on the daily driver that I got that doesn't actually come with it. Just after the intro. Hi. Yeah, I installed Linux Mint. Surprise, huh? Yeah, well, part of the reason is this. What started me on this whole journey of distro hopping was that I looked at Peppermint OS and they had the ICE set up on there where you can make Peppermint OS cloud ready type thing. Yeah, and so I said you can set up to the cloud computer almost if you want to. You can have all cloud apps on there and install, or you can have a half app or whatever. And I really like that idea, being able to put cloud apps in a self-contained container. But I tried to install Peppermint OS on it when my daily driver on my main machine. After I installed on a couple other computers, I saw that it worked in the in VirtualBox. It worked everywhere else except I tried to install it on the computer itself, the HP computer I have. Yeah, it had a crash when it got trying to install the Grub bootloader. I don't know what happened, don't know why. I investigated, tried to figure it out, but it's no avail. So I finally gave up, so I'm going to have to install something different. So I said, well, I want to branch out and learn a little bit more about my other distributions more. So I decided to go with Debian, because Debian is supposed to be a stable system, right? I tried to install it, and then I had kind of the non-free drivers that I needed for my Wi-Fi. But as it turned out, the Wi-Fi was non-free didn't mean I had to shell out money for them. To what I originally thought. Non-free, I guess I can't buy those right now. I'm going to have to install something different. So, but it basically just means they're proprietary, but they're still free for you as long as they keep them free. Then I decided to install just something that I knew would work, and I installed Linux Mint Debian. So I installed that on the system. I had that for a while. But it really wasn't what I was going for. I just installed it as a kind of a stopgap measure, so to speak, for things like that. So I installed that, and it kept me going for a while. Then I decided to install Sparky Linux on my computer because I had been investigating that and installed it on my computer out in the living room. Yeah, it worked for a while, but then suddenly I started getting permission problem errors when I was trying to do upgrades on Sparky Linux repositories. Well, couldn't do that. So after some investigating, trying to figure out what the problem was there, I gave up on that. So it's easier to install something different than to try to figure out and call them and go through all the rigmarole of trying to figure it out what went wrong there. Hopefully it's just me and everybody else has no problem upgrading to Sparky Linux. So I'd worked some with Solus on another computer and that. So I started to install Solus, my daily driver, and KDE Plasma Desktop, which I figured was good for me to learn about KDE at that point. So I learned about KDE, learned how to do things there, learned some advantage of it as well as the disadvantages of it. And I don't really remember why I left Solus, but for some reason, I'm not sure if I have this exactly right, but anyway, I think I went to Linux Mint after Solus, briefly. Then I installed Endeavour OS, Arch Linux-based system on there. And despite some issues I had in getting it set up, I got it set up all right. One thing I do like about Arch-based systems, you can install practically anything on them. Just, if you can't find them in the repositories, you can usually find them in the AR. And if you can't find the AR, you can usually download a tar file and work it that way. So it's pretty cool in that regard. Wanted something a little bit more stable. I didn't have to worry about cracking or breaking. Now, I know a lot of people say the Arch is stable enough for them, which more power to you. But one of the when I had Brave browsers, what I used before on the Endeavour, and I had to install that through AR. Well, it broke when I was trying to upgrade one time. It broke, and I didn't know what it was doing. And I could still use Brave browser, but it wouldn't upgrade anymore after that, I don't think. So therefore, I figured out I really don't know if I should be running around with a Brave with a browser that's not upgradable. So that's when I went to Fedora, the last one I had, last distribution I had. I really liked it in a lot of ways. I could get my up-to-date programs on it pretty much, and I could get my block Mate. I had candy icons. I installed all that on there, and I thought I was in heaven there for a while. Then Linux came out with a new version. And lo and behold, what they had on there was what's called web apps. Web apps, you ask? What's that? Basically like the ICE thing. It was on Peppermint when I first started this whole journey of distro hopping. Those ICE apps. So I can install web apps on this machine now, just like I could, and I can make it as cloud-based as I want to. And yeah, of course, this machine doesn't necessarily need to be cloud-based that much, because one of the reasons I was doing it is because I had my other computer, my other laptop over here is kind of a little bit slow, a little bit less memory. I was hoping it'd be a way where I could get it going where it would work good. So I like the idea of setting up cloud-based apps. So that was one thing that drew me back to Linux Mint was that function and feature that they added on there. Well, they had a few other things recently. They were looked at the release file. The Hypnotic, I think that's a TV ad thing, if I'm not mistaken. TV type live TV you can get for free. Check it out. Anyway, what I was going to show you was my setup, how I've set it up here. So I've done a few things. I've tweaked it a good bit over the standard. So I've installed a lot of programs. So we're going to go take a look at that right now. Ready? Here we go. Here is my Linux Mint desktop. That's Linux Mint? Are you serious? Got candy icons. Yeah. It's got candy icons. It's got this all this stuff on here. Menus look standard menu. Now, aside from all the things that I did before, like my power management settings and all that kind of stuff, you'll notice I have a system up here of windows, workspaces, and I saw the top panel along here, and I put those workspaces. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I got up to 10 I can go to if I want to. And I have a way where I've set up my shortcuts on the wheel so that I could go into keyboard and shortcuts. Yeah, go Windows. So I've got ways where I can work through Windows. Inner workspaces and Windows to workspaces. I've got all set up on Shift Super key. So on this window, say to workspace number 3, yeah, you can move stuff from one monitor to another. So I got 2 monitors here, or you move it from one workspace to another. Yeah, it works in a minute. And anyway, yeah, I required setting up a lot of key bindings. I had set up every one of these because they had done everything in this. So I set up Super Shift 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 0. And I use 11, 12 for the minus and plus key where I was able to. And so that's aside from setting system launcher that I showed before about how you can set it like to or how you can set it to launch your web browser using whatever key combo you want, your email client, calculator. I haven't done terminals usually already preset and as well as the home folder is preset in Cinnamon when you install it. So that does come out of the box that way, but the rest of them you have to set up your key bindings for. So that and also my custom shortcuts, which you may remember from previous videos. It allows me to toggle my mouse touchpad on and off by going boom, touchpad enabled. I move it now, boom, touchpad disabled, won't move. And also the tab key, because sometimes I'm used to having the KP enter, the keypad enter key acts as a tab key, so I have that set. I've showed that before in previous videos. It just is a refresher course for people who haven't been with me for a while. Now, so those are keyboard shortcuts, and I've been able to move anywhere. So like if I have a space, like if I open a terminal, and I can move it up there. I just move that to workspace number 3. You see right there. I go there, and you'll see it pop. There she is, workspace number 3. Move back to workspace number 1. You can do a Super Shift and 1. Pops it back over here. 1. Only problem is you don't follow it automatically like some window managers you do. So what we got going on here is we got OBS up here in the top part, workspace 1. I can move it anywhere I want as long as I establish the focus on the window. Probably do since it's the only thing running right now is OBS. So now you want to look at my themes, do you? Okay. How do I pimp this out? Well, here are the window borders. I have many dark candy icons. Of course you can, and I'll show you in a minute how I got those candy icons. And I use it for buttons. I use add a weight dark, however you say that, pronounce that. Not much options here, so I'll choose D black. And then I use a Numenic Cinnamon Transparent desktop theme, which makes all the panels transparent. See, looks like I kind of just sitting out in space out there. Ooh. Yeah. So I want candy. How'd I get those candy icons on here since Linux Mint doesn't have them in here? Can't get them through this theme, add remove themes. Nor can you get them from the repositories. Nor is there even a file you can download, a dev file, to install them with. So how do you put them on here? Well, it's pretty easy actually. I mean, not too hard as long as you know what you're doing. Basically, how I did it was the following. First, I went to a website that has the themes in it. You just go here and you use search. And you got how to install Candy Icon theme in Linux. Now this one had a link to it, which I put down in my description. But it had a link to it in here. Use this link here, go to the official CandyGnomeLook.org.page. So you click on that, and you click down there. Now what you have down here is the candy icons. You download it right here, and you click on this candyicons.tar.exe file, like that. And when you click on it, it'll give you the option to download them. Yeah, if you have it to ask. Okay, download the suckers already. Well, I said I want to download them. So then it gives you all the options of where you want to put it and all that kind of stuff, which I recommend putting it in a folder in your download folder. I've already done that. So then you put it down there. How it works using my install new packages deb sh, and I basically go down. Here we are, candy icons. And you notice I put down here where you can download them at, right to there. And if I'm not mistaken, in this file, you can just go boom, and it'll probably pop it up. Control click. Click on it with the mouse while you're in control. Get the same web page. There you go. Anyway, yeah, you download that, right? And I put them where I put them was in the candy icons, right there. Downloads candy icons.tar.exe. Then I logged into that, seeded into that folder with the candy icons in it. Then, yeah, this probably what I could do is I could take this section of the script here and put it out there as my download candy icon theme. Good idea, Rick. Yeah, so I'll do that. Anyway, yeah, you just go in there, download that, install, save it in the directory of downloads. Then you go to ls. Yeah, this is the install script for which checks to see if there's any icons in there. If there's not, then the error code. Installing candy icons. If the error code is greater than 0, which it will be if there's no icons on there, then it installs the candy icon theme, because you don't have it there. Then it checks to see if you have an icon folder at all, .icons, because otherwise you get an error. You try to tar it and expand it out to that directory directly. So I make that directory, home icons. If it's not there, then there's tar command right there, .xf, candy icon, tar xfz. One part I had to look up, spend so much time today earlier researching is how you put this, how you send it directly to a directory. I mean, the one it listed indicated that you should just expand it there, and then move the icons over to the icon directory. But I wanted to just have it more automatic than that, so I just did it that way. And the icons, so it installs the candy icons in the folder. That's it. And then you have to go set them up to go use them, because it won't automatically use them until you tell it to. Then you just go to the themes, which I had before. Those themes, yep. You click on this, and then you'll see candy icons right there. These are all alphabetically oriented, so any icon themes, they have a lot of mini X's in here. As you know, many Y's, many X's, and many Y's. I'm not sure what X meant Y differences, but There's a real difference to them. So then you just click on the candy icon thing and then activate it. Use it. Cool, huh? Yeah, I'll put that in the description. I'll put a link to my download page, script download page again, where you can download this file at, the script for it, install them. Once you've downloaded it, you have to go and download it first, but yeah. And then, matter of fact, I probably put something in there to look for that file. It's not, well, I already did, didn't I? If it's not there, I'll just change the echo thing. You need to download this file and put it in this directory type thing. So, yeah, that's how I did that. And I can close it. Now, the only thing I have changed beyond that was putting in this upper panel and installing more programs. Most of my programs are in that list there. Made sure they're all installed. In my install new packages deb file, had to update that a bit, just a bit, and got it to work and install those packages. Made sure they're all there. So anyway, this is Cinnamon Desktop, and I printed out, of course, I have my old NASA photo illustration there of a planet and the sun off in the distance and stars all around. I really like it, and I feel like I'm back home again for a while. Yeah, hopefully for a long while longer than I have been on these things, because I need to get some other work done other than just install distros on my computer all day long. Every day, every night. Not every night or every day, but it seems like I've been cooking over these about once a week or two. Sometimes a lot when they don't work right when you put them in there, but that's how it goes. The only other thing I was going to show you on this stuff was that let me explain how you do this, because the keyboard shortcuts I had before, yeah, to get the menu items in there is a little more difficult. It's not as simple as KDE where you just go down here and you click on that, go to their edit menu and figure it that way. The easiest way I found out to install now things like your web browser and your email and all that kind of thing, you can run the launcher through that in there. But a thing like, say you wanted, let's say if you wanted to run let's pick a program out of here. So you want a VLC media player, how would you run that? Well, you have to know what the command is to run it, to put it in the custom thing so that you can do it. And just pick it out from here. So what I do, is I would right click on this in the menu, add to desktop. I right click on that, go to properties, and you'll see here the command to use it, user bin VLC. Yeah, so if I just type in VLC, it should run if I type it on terminal. Try that out and see what happens. VLC, you just copy that, and then, yeah, you can just copy that out of there. Go to properties. You just go here, Control A, Control C, get it copied. And close that. Delete that. Then you go to your keyboard, shortcuts, custom shortcuts, add custom shortcut. And then say VLC. Whatever you want to do there. Add that in there. And you can click that. And you can give it some long, say Control Shift. No, you won't do that. Movie M. Control Shift M. Now if you go over here, so I want to watch movie. And it tells you all stuff. Continue. So it's got that interactive thing here. Yeah, you can see the VLC player. Well, you have to set that up before you run it, but I don't use it, so I don't have it. Yeah, that opened it up, boom. That's how you have to set up your custom shortcut keys in there for things that aren't on those launchers. The launchers that you have in there, if they're not in there, then you have to use this method to put them in as a custom icon launch. Which means you aren't going to have too many. You can't have too many of those in there, but you probably want your key ones, like your LibreOffice Writer, which I usually put in there, since I'm a writer and I write a lot. There you go. That's Cinema Sim Desktop. I'm hopeful this helps some people out there. And Linux Mint's a good distribution, solid distribution. I know a lot of tech people even use it, so it can't be all bad, can it? So, and I like it, so I think I'm going to settle down here for a while and live here till something else pops my eye open. Look at that. I want candy. Now I got candy on my Linux Mint. So don't forget, if you like what I do here, subscribe down there in the button. Click that link. Click the notification bell if you want to get notified when I have new videos come out. And don't forget, I have on my library account over there that I'm on there too. So if you're on library, go check that out over there. Follow me there. Till next time, may the Linux Force be with you. Bye.